Welcome back to the group chat.
Nathan Marshall with the Crusaders. Scott Robinson. Scott Robinson.
Close, wrap straight off.
Conor McGregor, Israel Adesanya, John Jones, GSP, Anderson Silva.
Welcome back to the group chat odds on edition. Phil made it to Thursday, but before we get into our punts, we actually had the luxury of catching up with our mate Roscoe Taylor. We had him for about 45 minutes, had a good yarn with him about the Ashes, the New Zealand West Indies series coming up, his career, running through his stats, because apparently he's a bit of a nuffy. So we wanted to test him out. So we're going to plug that in there, have a listen, enjoy that, and then we'll be back with our punts once that chat's done.
Thanks for joining, Ross Taylor. Well, now, firstly, thank you for your time, but I have heard that you're a proper cricket nuffy, and you should know a lot of these stats. I could ask you about all the big stats that everyone kind of knows, and I'm sure you know your batting ones, your test match stats, you know, your runs scored, average, all that sort of jazz.
Oh, within reason. I probably I would have known them a bit better a few years ago, but now I've retired. I would get close, I reckon, but I don't know if I would get them right.
What number have you got then for test runs? Because you're the second highest test scorer for New Zealand.
7,620 or 30.
83. 83. Do you know what your average was? Career average?
I think that was an easy one. Was it? It's behind me. Actually, I should have just had a look on here. 44.66.
Yeah. Well done.
What is that behind you? All your runs?
Yeah, it's got a guy do it. Did obviously a test pattern from back in the day that we had when the TV used to turn off, and then he decided to put a tongue on it, and life is a test match, and was it? Yeah, 7,683 at an average of 44.66.
Hey, wow.
I just looked at that.
Does it have your high score on there?
290 there.
So I wanted to ask you about your 290. How does it feel? Obviously, you're at 290, you're 9 down. What's going through your head? Are you just trying to swing for the fences and sweep Lyon?
Yeah, so we, we'd lost a couple of wickets, and I'd put on some runs with Bolty, if I remember rightly. And Bolty's a good batter. Just didn't like batting. But his hand-eye coordination's unbelievable, and I think that Test match series, that was where the flamingo came out, where he would sort of block the fast bowler off the front foot take his front foot off and block it. And I got to 287, and Bolty said, "Ross, can you hurry up, beep beep, and get 300?" So that's when I started playing a few shots and got out. Kawaja was off the field, and the sub fielder caught me. I don't reckon Kawaja would have got there if he was fielding.
I saw that because I was watching the highlights this morning, actually, of it. Watching Mitch Johnson run in, that was always good. Stark bowling 147. I think they got one at 152 on the radar. You reckon that's accurate?
Yeah, I don't know. He bowled his fastest ball in Test cricket that day. Or what was it? Day 3, 160 kilometers an hour. So I'd been batting a while, so I didn't really. It felt fast, but I didn't feel that fast.
Does that feel like you've got that in the back of your brain then going forward, that this bloke's coming down like 160 clicks or what?
100%, but I always tell my son about it, saying, 160, just get him behind it.
So Kawaja wouldn't have got there, and we're blaming Trent Hall for giving you the hurry on.
Yeah, so I'm just blaming everyone at one. Didn't take responsibility.
It was a good catch, to be fair.
Yeah, it was at the whacker. The boundary square are massive. Straight is pretty short, but I never really hit straight, so that was my own fault.
What about the whacker compared to Optus? Yeah, have you been to Optus?
Yeah, we played there in 2019 in a ping ball test, and yeah, she's pretty bouncy. The Gabba is pretty bouncy too, but it depends on how much grass you leave on there. And if I remember rightly, when we were playing at the whacker, there was a big crack that ran the whole way down the So from one end, it was a problem for the right-hander, but at the other end, obviously, it was a problem for the left-hander.
Yeah, that's spicy when you've got Stark and Johnson coming in.
What is the overall sort of like feeling when you get 290? Like, how do you feel about that high score, and sort of like, how do you look back on that? I don't know how.
It was funny you say that, because it was probably a week ago. My son asked, Dad, "You're disappointed in not getting 300?" I said, "Oh yeah, disappointed. But if you'd said to me at the start of the game, I would have taken, you're going to get 290. You're going to take it." And yeah, I mean, there was a high score by a visiting batsman in Australian Test history, so that's not a bad little stat to be able to. But hey, you never know. One of the English boys might beat it.
Only Kiwi to score 200 plus in Australia?
Yeah, I think Martin Crowe, my mentor, he had the high score of 188 beforehand when they won the Test series, and yeah, got a nice message from him.
Yeah,
once I went past him.
About as 299 though.
Yeah, he's throwing his bat. I didn't throw my bat.
Okay, so out of retirement to play for Samoa, founder of Ross Taylor Wines, and you got on your Instagram, wannabe wine connoisseur. What's been happening recently?
Yeah, just people buying it, which is good, and coming up to you. Obviously, you have a lot of people coming up and talking about your career and whatnot, but it's a bit strange when people go, "Oh, I tried your rosé and really liked it," and things, and it's called a rosé as well. So, little play on words, but no, it's been nice to get into something other than cricket in a business sense. But yeah, making a few mistakes, learning a lot, but having a lot of fun in it.
I like that you've gone for the rosé, because we were talking just before about, I wonder if you'd got any cricket kind of names into your wines, like you come on your list Armortho, or something, or
Well, if I came up with the one with ball, it would be an undercutter, because I never was able to get up and over it.
What wine would the undercutter be?
Ooh. It would be a... Jeez, you put me on the spot then. It would be a cheap one.
And then your gig with Samoa, trying to get them into the World Cup qualification process?
Yeah, a lot of fun. We didn't make it, unfortunately, but I haven't had that much fun in the cricket team for a long time. The guys just love playing cricket. In Oman, it was nice and hot, and we made the second round, and I think that was sort of our sort of pass mark, I think, for a team, some young guys, obviously some experienced players, but Papua New Guinea's been the best team in our region for a long period of time, and they were at the last World Cup, and we beat them for the first time in 25 years. So I think the team would have learned a lot from that, and hopefully I've got another tournament in me, and it could be as soon as May next year in Japan. Who would have thought you could play cricket in Japan? But I have to keep these hammies and calves. I got injured second game, unfortunately, so I need to get back to a few more calf raises and seated calf raises to strengthen it up.
Was that the PNG game?
Yes, I got injured in that game, and then I tried to guts it out for the next game, and I couldn't really do much. But yeah, I had a torn calf and still got 20 odds, so I didn't get an MRI until I got back home, and there was a tear. So, but you just got to give it a go.
Yeah.
So imagine at the start of your career, you'd be thinking 20 years on, you're trying to get fit to play cricket in Japan for Samoa.
That's why I think when people ask you things, you never say never, because you never know what's going to be around the corner.
I was thinking, is that the boots hung up for good? But you've answered that question.
Yeah, well, I did and I think, but no, I think the team's got something about it, and hopefully I can contribute to that.
All right, shall we get into these stats then? So,
if there's any test ones, I'll just look behind me.
Well, sure. We can go Samoa stats.
Oh, jeepers! No, don't do that.
So, Samoa, what was their world ranking? Do you know when you actually beat PNG? So PNG were ranked 21st in the world. Do you know what Samoa's world ranking was?
I think it was either 70th or 69th.
Way. Very nice. 69.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then highest score, 290 for New Zealand. high score for Samoa?
22. Two of them.
22 off 28 in the T20.
Oh, we were 5 for 28 when I was batting. So I was like, come on.
Stabilise the innings. Are you going to bowl? Have you bowled at all for Samoa?
My son was saying, why don't you bowl, Dad? So, I mean, I couldn't even stay on the park just batting. But the game I got injured. I went and fielded on the boundary, and I thought I'd be Martin Guptill and do mid-wicket to mid-wicket. You shouldn't be doing that at 41. So that was my own fault. Next, maybe in Japan, I'll roll it over there.
Yeah, well, bowl your undercutter in Japan. See all the wicket.
I'll bowl my cheap wine.
Yeah, launch the wine then too.
Bowl the cheap wine. What, right arm round?
Oh, nah, just go across. Yeah, right arm round. Just try and tuck them up.
So we've got this challenge here, and it's based on your cricket info teams. So it's fair to say, Ross, you've been around a fair bit, mate.
Oh no!
If I'm looking at your cricket info profile, do you know how many teams are listed on there?
A lot.
It's fair to say it's a lot. This is going to make this great. Can you name them all?
Can you tell me how many there are?
There's 22 different teams.
So, like, are you still like New Zealand is one, Central Districts?
Yep.
Well,
Tick them off as we go.
Tick them off. Durham.
Yep.
Middlesex. Sussex.
Rev.
Nottingham. Royal Challengers Bangalore. Rajasthan. Delhi Daredevils. Pune Warriors. I was going to Caribbean, Trinidad, Tobago. I think they were Red Steel back then.
Yep. That's well done.
It's an extra point.
St. Lucia, Zooks, Jamaica, Talawas, Guyana, Amazon Warriors.
Yep.
I played for Victoria.
Yep.
Big Bash before I went to the franchise league.
I was wondering what Victoria was doing on there.
Yeah, so that was before it went to Renegades, and I think either the next year or the year after it went to the Renegades and the Stars. How are we getting on?
How many have you got ticked off?
We've got about.
You're not putting in like the Legends League tournaments that I'm playing in and stuff as well, is it?
There might be one team from there. I just took it from Cricket Info.
So they're scraping the barrel with putting in Legends League teams as well.
There's a mention of the 19s as well.
New Zealand 19s.
Yep.
There's not like New Zealand A and New Zealand 11s and stuff like that in there.
Something like that.
New Zealand 11.
It wasn't a New Zealand 11 or A's, but it was like a
North Island. I played at North Island. Whether that's probably counts as a team, but then Cricket Info's not on there.
What do we got left?
We have this and this.
Nah, we're missing those two.
You also stated one that we didn't even have on our list. Did you say Nottingham?
Nottingham, yeah.
And they've not.
Yeah.
Yes, Cricket Info's a bit short.
Yeah. Wow, 23.
I played a season for Nottingham.
I thought maybe the ones that would catch you out, you might have missed one of the UK teams out of your Durham, Sussex.
I tried to do it in order that I'd gone there.
Amazing.
Cricket Info out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like Middlesex, I was only there for like 3 weeks, so it's funny what they remember. So yeah, I can't really think of any. Have I played in? There's a couple of Legends League tournaments that maybe is on there.
You could probably count that as the World Giants team.
Yeah.
So it was labelled as...
That was in Qatar. We played in Qatar.
What, you were playing the Asia 11 and...
Asian... was there a European team? Is there a...
Alex was in your team, and I thought that was unbelievable.
He was batting like a genius that trip too. He uses massive bat, and the guys said it because we played against him and played with him, but that was one of the biggest bats I'd ever seen. And the boys were saying, if you had batted with that during your career, you would have scored another 10,000 runs. It was massive.
Was it legal? Would it fit through the
Yeah,
gate?
it would have fit through the gauge, but such a conservative 2020 player, but he can whack it when he needed to, and he whacked it this day. Yeah, I was nudging it around, and Callis was smacking it to all parts.
We got here Texas.
Texas
Chargers.
I never played for them.
Wow.
I got signed up, but I never went. So yeah, cricket. But
So you'd put pen to paper and then never got on the field.
and then the tournament never went ahead.
Oh, was it not Major League Cricket?
No, it was like a Legends T10 tournament.
Southern Superstars?
Southern Superstars. Yeah, Legends tournament again. I don't count those. They don't go on your records, those.
Yeah, that's fair. What do you got? Oh, yeah. There's another Australian team.
Australian team. Oh, was it ACT?
Yeah.
ACT Comets, damn it. Once again, it wasn't a professional, but no, I played second 11 for ACT way back in the day.
I thought this would be a weird one.
It was definitely going to be weird. So it's not New Zealand 11, New Zealand Day. It's your New Zealand emerging players.
Okay, yeah.
That's what they've got down for you. Did you get any New Zealand 11 or New Zealand A teams?
Yeah, New Zealand A, New Zealand 11, and North Island. We used to play the old North versus South after a one day final. That was always good fun.
They should bring that back, North v South.
Yeah, because the first one I played with, we had Kenzie, and Kenzie was our captain. So
Perfect.
I always sort of grew up with Kenzie playing for Canterbury, and you always think, but we had a decent North Island side.
And there's,
I don't know if he said that or not.
no,
I missed it.
you missed it. The last team you've played for.
The obvious.
What's that? CD?
No, you got CD.
Obvious.
We've already talked about it.
Oh, Samoa.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. My bad.
So scrap the Texas Chargers, throw Nottingham in, and you're still at 22 teams.
Thanks for the help.
That's not a bad effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess all those, because there's going to be guys that are going to play for, I reckon, close on 40 teams now.
It was probably a few years ago, and he's played for a lot more teams since then, was Imran Tahir. He had played for like 44 teams. So if you were to ask, I struggled, what was that, 22, 23? It'd be interesting how many he could name. In those initial years of IPL, you used to have guys who would play for 2 or 3 teams. Now, guys have played for 6 IPL teams. So
They come to the end of their contract and then get bought by a different team, don't they? And
yeah, I mean, it's not the players' fault that they move on. They just get put back in the auction and someone else buys them. Maxwell would be interesting. I wonder how many teams Maxwell's played for.
so you didn't play any Big Bash stuff apart from Victoria before it turned to Big Bash?
It was still called Big Bash, but I did. Yeah, they probably had 2-3 seasons of, maybe a few more, of Big Bash until we went to the franchise model.
Right. All right. Well, smashed it, to be fair. I'll give that to you. Phil, you're the market.
Agreed. Well, he had something that we didn't even have on our list, so that's a win.
What'd you do, Nottingham? Was that county, like Div 1?
County, yeah, I just played 1 days and 4 day stuff for them, and then I think Ish came over and played the Blast. We had, I think I might have gone. That might have been when I went to Caribbean.
Yeah, that CPL sounds like a bit of fun.
Awesome. You are flying to countries, really. So you play in Jamaica 1 day and then you fly to St. Kitts. So it's actually quite hard to travel. Passports, customs every flight, but a lot of fun. I'm sure if you ask all the players, once again, and if you like rum, and not a bad place to be.
I'm sure there's a few stories that we could say for another day, and we could just do a whole chat on the CPL. Get a bunch of you in there. Do you have one?
One, yeah. So we had a party at Chris Gayle's house, and so we're just there, and he had Appleton sponsored it, and so we're just there food, a few different teams, and then I heard this. He had a stage and a dance floor and stuff, and I heard this voice, and I was like, I know that voice. Shaggy was on stage singing with Dwayne Bravo. Yes, Shaggy just lives around the corner apparently. So we're just there hanging out with Shaggy and at Chris Gale's house. It was a lot of fun.
That's unbelievable. And was Dwayne Bravo DJ Bravo by then? Was he?
Yeah, I don't know if Champion was song was out back then, but he backed himself to. Well, I suppose you don't often be able to get on stage with Shaggy, so he made the most of it.
If you were offered, were you getting up then? You and Shaggy?
Wasn't me. I was definitely not going. I'll just watch from afar.
Wasn't me. Fair play.
Why? And you say Appleton Estates wanted that.
Appleton's sponsor. So we turned up and we were like, "What? Appleton's on his house and on there." So they just, So Appleton's on tap, really.
Yeah, looking at Glenn Maxwell's list, I mean, if you're including the 8 and the miscellaneous,
oh my goodness, man.
Disgusting.
There's got to be close on 70 teams there.
Yeah. I mean, Cricket Info only had 17 listed, so this list is something else. You would have to dissect that.
Wow.
Anyway,
we got to get Maxi on and try him.
Maxi. Who else would be? Some of those 2020 players would have played for a few teams. The modern players still going.
Wait, so we're going to have to ask a few of the others around, some of the other New Zealand players, how well they can do.
it's a great start.
And we're going to have to deep dive rather than just take Crick Info for
Well, you could, as I said, I mean, if you go north-south or north, New Zealand A and stuff, some of those, like you see some players' profiles, they have like under 15 teams on there. I was like, it's going.
CD under 15.
CD under 15 is not quite the same.
Softball under 12s, Milo cricket. All right, back to New Zealand then for your stats. Do you know how many catches you took for New Zealand? Don't look behind you.
No, it's not. I don't think it's on. Overall formats?
Test cricket.
Flem took more than me. 168.
Sheesh.
That's bloody close. 163. And then on to the fun stuff.
How many did you drop?
300.
All in-
No, I got there in my first test. That was a bit of a fluke.
You recorded in your first test.
I didn't start there. Flem hurt his thumb, so
yeah.
I went from point halfway through the first innings into first slip.
That's pretty alpha. That is pretty alpha.
So I was like, I could get used to this.
And you did. Bowling wise, you took 3 wickets.
Yeah.
Do you know the 3 batsmen you got out?
Harbhajan.
Yeah. On 115.
Yeah. Try and find that video, you'll lose it.
I tried.
It's a full toss at his top edge, hit his helmet, caught on the 45. If anyone sees it, they're just caught wattling. They thought they would think that it was just a nick, but no. Srisanth?
Yep. Was that one nicked off?
Yeah, it was. It was because Hoppy caught that one. I think it was Hoppy. Who was our keeper then?
Yeah, well, it's
Gareth Hopkins.
you calling your little wobblers.
Nah, just
Tweakers.
little undercutters. And who was the Bangladesh? Ibadot?
Yeah, 3 from 3. Genius. I feel like as a batter, batting 4, you've got all these accolades. I felt like you get 3 test wickets. Those have got to live with you, surely.
As soon as I had a better bowling average than Shane Warne, I stopped. That was my... No, I sort of joked about it. And then playing in the last test, I thought, I might as well. Tom didn't want to give me the ball, but Southey and Kyle Jamieson and Bolty were like, just give him a bowl. And then bad light came in, and I'd taken my hat off before the umpire had said bad light. It was going to be hard for Tom to have not given me the ball. and then he took that was a good catch actually.
Took the catch.
It was actually Bolty's catch, but Bolty's like, nah, I'm not dropping the wicket in front of when the crowd's going, give Ross a ball. But it was a good catch.
I think it's fair to say, actually, I've got one more stat question for you. Which country did you average the most against? And this is absurd when I saw this.
What format?
Test cricket.
Oh, I got a few not outs. I think I didn't get out in one series, so I'm presuming it's Zimbabwe.
Yeah. Do you know what your average was?
I think was it like over cup, maybe 250 or 280 or something.
258 in Zimbabwe, and then overall against Zimbabwe in Test cricket, 319.
Yeah, I got 100 in Napier and tore my calf. So
get 3 figures. Thanks. Bad for the average. I have a day now. 2 things to get over then, I guess. We've got Ashes, New Zealand versus West Indies. So who are we supporting in the Ashes? When it comes to the 2 evils, who are we backing?
Oh, it's a tough one, and I feel like most Kiwis are going for England. Obviously with the Kiwi connection, Bears, Stokes, Southey, Jeetan Patel. But you got to go with who I think is going to win. And I think Australia is going to. Well, easy to say that when they're 1-0 up, but it'll be. Hopefully, it lasts longer than two days in this next test.
Yeah. Do you watch much cricket now that you're kind of away from it?
No, not really. But I for this game I thought the build-up was like a heavyweight boxing fight. I thought it was just the former players coming out from each side. The hype was massive, and I mean the entertainment over 2 days was amazing. But I'm sure the public wanted longer than 2 days.
I think the people in Perth wanted longer than 2 days. That's for sure.
100%. It's like a knockout in the second round. It's not quite.
What do you do in Perth? 3 days done. Well, you got 3 days extra. What are you doing?
I think a few of those English boys are out on the golf course again, aren't they? I don't know if Kawaja would be. I think the Aussie boys were just flying home. So if we were there, yeah, Margaret River, try some wine wouldn't be a bad place to go. I wouldn't have thought.
Yep, park up at a winery and do some research, if you will.
Do some, yeah, if that's what you want to call
it. So you reckon Australia win?
I think. It's going to take a lot to come back for England from here. I think they had high hopes and getting blown away in 2 days, but they're confident. They're doubling down. But this is the game. I think England. Yeah, if England don't win this game, I think it's going to be nigh on impossible. But I think from a fan's point of view, I think they want hopefully longer than 3 or 4 days and a good contest.
Yep. I would love to see England win just because I want to see a good contest from a neutral point of view. And like Harry Brooks score runs. Do you want to see Joe Root score his 100 in Australia or
Joe Root? I mean, Crawley to get off a pair, get it starters, especially when England have backed him to the hilt. I mean, he needs to come good because he's it's the faith that the team have showed him.
Yeah.
But and Root. I mean, all that stuff. I mean, a player Root's caliber to play over 150 games and not to have scored 100 in Australia. He's too good a player.
Yeah.
But I think he just needs to go back to what's got him the runs and give himself a chance. And I'm sure, if he bats 150, 180 balls, he's going to have 100 runs. No problem.
How do you reckon you would have fared in Bazball if you slotted into that English team? You and Bazball get along?
Oh, I think I would have loved it. That's how I played Test cricket at the start. Try to just play shots, and then I had to sort of mellow it down a bit. But I would. I don't think I would have struggled to have played shots. But as I said, I learned over time that to play, I guess, a traditional Test career and giving yourselves a chance. But there's definitely times where you can go out there and play shots and pick your time when you have to knuckle down and get through those hard times.
It's your baseball with brains.
Yeah, I think it's just part and parcel of where sport is. I think we sort of don't. You see it with rugby with all the coaches, Kiwi coaches, coaching and all the other international teams. I guess it's no different to cricket. You go through Flem, and it's the same at IPL as well. There's a lot of Kiwi coaches out there. I think it's a good thing, and I guess from a fan point of view, hopefully we haven't lost them indefinite, and they can come back and pass on their knowledge of what they've learned from a coaching capacity, not only a playing capacity as well.
Is that something you'd want to step into? You're happy with the wines?
Hey, I've done a little bit of coaching here and there, but you do end up spending a lot of time on the road, where I think Flem's done it right. He just coaches the franchise teams, where I think if you coach an international team, I mean, you're on the road for 9-10 months of the year, which is, I guess, no different to your playing days. So everyone's in a different boat, but after devoting your career, you got to spend a bit of time at home.
On the road all the time. Have you seen Mark Wood said he wanted to drive from Perth to Brisbane for his test?
Was that true? Was that true? I did see someone. I don't know if it was fake news or not. I was like, surely he's a bit of a character, Woody.
He said he'll keep the brain ticking over.
Woody, was it 48 hours or something?
Something like that. Would you? How would you cope in that car ride with Woody?
Jeepers! If we didn't listen to the same music, could be a long trip. But yeah, I struggle driving from Hamilton to Masterton. That could be tough.
That's a slog.
If you had to do it with someone and from your playing days, who would you take that drive?
Oh,
None.
Funny you say that. Like some of those commentators would be quite cool. Ian Botham likes to drive, and he's a good storyteller. I'd say Beefy would be able to.
Yeah.
Beefy, rest in peace, but Warney would have been good fun too. He would have told some yarns all the way. But both very good storytellers and got good stories to tell.
Would you be in the driver's seat or passenger seat listening?
Oh, I'd let them drive. They both drive fast, so would get there quicker.
Beauty. New Zealand versus West Indies. What do you make of the test squad coming up? We've got 3 tests against them. What do you think the score will be?
Well, I think obviously the white ball series was close, and I think all the games, bar probably the last 2020 and the last one day, were close. I think that the test size pretty settled. I still think it's probably going to be 3-0 to New Zealand, and we know these conditions very well. But I think this West Indies team is slightly, they exceeded the expectations of how they played in the white ball. So don't be surprised if they do. They got some good players in there. It's just clicking it all together, and it's the start of our World Test Championship campaign. So we'll be wanting to get as many points, and that's probably the positive about the World Test Championship. Every game has something on it, and if you are 2-0 up, teams can sort of rest on their laurels a little bit, where you need the maximum points and to be competitive at the end of the campaign. So I think if looking from afar, I think 3-0 is probably where I'd put it.
So that's how you guys, like when you're in the setup, because the first World Test Championship was when you guys obviously won it, but that's how you were looking at each and every test, like everyone's got something on it?
Yeah, I think so. And you got to test cricket of late, teams, it's been hard to win away from home. So you got to win your home games, and almost a draw is a loss. And we only had 2 test match series, so it was a little bit easier, but this has been a 3-match series and the start of the campaign. I think obviously there's a lot of little things that have to be put in place, but I think without a doubt you want to be winning at least 2, if not 3-0.
South Africa, Phil, South Africa doing well in India. They'll be making a charge.
Unreal, and I think just the way this Test Championship's set up, it's hard to go over there, but that's 2 series in a row. Us beating them 3-0, and then I don't think anyone would have picked South Africa Obviously, World Test Championship winners. No one would have seen them, I don't think, beating them. But I think, if anything, it just shows you that their white ball cricket's gone through the roof. But their test side's still got a bit of work to do, and they probably still haven't worked out their best Test 11 and how they want to go about things. So the white ball stuff, unbelievable, but Test, they've struggled at home, which is it's not what you sort of associate India losing Test games at home and so consistently.
Over 5 days, it's not what you're expecting, is it?
No, well, at least it's gone 5 days, I suppose. It's got the entertainment, but India will be trying to draw today, but if South Africa win 2-0, New Zealand, now South Africa, never would have. I don't think many people would have seen that a few years ago.
No, absolutely not. That'll dampen their World Test Championship chances by a long time, won't it?
Yeah, I think, and they come to us, I think. Is that right? Yeah, I think as part of it. So, they're going to have to come over here if that's the case, and for them to make the World Test Championship final, they're going to have to, get a win or at least draw the series. So, good for us.
Hopefully the BCs come off with some momentum against the West Indies and are playing out of their skin.
Yeah, I think we go to Australia next year too. So Boxing Day Test.
You try to get to that as a spectator?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't happen very often. So yeah, I would seriously think about it.
I think I'm in the same camp.
Yeah, it's just whether you get the leave pass to go over it. Sorry guys, I got to go.
Big trip. Well, I'm sure we could grab some content over there and
do it. We could. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but we could see when Geordie Barrett got taken out in the crowd because he'd scale, because you're not allowed to scale the bear, so I won't be able to scale the bear.
Oh, could take you out the back and scale a bear out there.
Yeah. Oh, the security guards will probably tell you off as well out there. But no, it was quite funny that the whole Kiwis were all around him, and then he gets a little tap on the shoulder, and then it's all through the Herald and the stuff.
What a style! Use as much as you can. Keep a low profile.
Oh, maybe we could wear that same.
Yeah, well, yeah, the same gear.
Yeah, the same gear, and see if you can go 4 days. I'm sure you could get somebody to do that. Get niche to do it.
It was last year at Chasing the Fox. We had Ish Sodi, and we asked him what he'd do if he had a hole-in-one. And he said he'd be down there at the party hole and he'd nick 3 or 4 bears. And he said he'd get the clothes off too to nick him.
Oh, actually, Ish played all right. He played better than me last year. So hopefully I can play a little bit better at the Fox this year.
Oh, will you be there?
Yeah, I'll be there. I need to go and hit some golf balls. Haven't played much golf. Best when fresh.
Are you sandbagging the handicap or what's going on?
Well, it doesn't come into it. So my 17 doesn't really. It's good. It's good for an Ambrose tournament, but chasing the Fox, it means nothing.
Well, we'll see you out there, Ross.
Yeah, warm up the hammies too, eh?
Hey, calves and hammies will be right. Hey, thanks for having me, boys.
We've made it all the way to Thursday once again. And it's looking like it's a bit of a dull weekend of sport. If you're looking at the big picture, if you dive in, though, South Africa's last test match against Wales for the season. You've got Thanksgiving, NFL, which is the big one. Bust out the turkeys, the dried chicken essentially.
Yep.
You got 3 NFL games. You've got Packers versus Lions, which is always a good one. They've met the most amount of times on Thanksgiving. You have Cowboys, Chiefs. Huge game for both of those teams in terms of getting into the playoffs. And then you're going to wrap up your Friday with the return of Joe Burrow.
Oh,
taking on the Ravens. Bengals travel to Baltimore for your final game on Thanksgiving. Eagles, Bears, Saturday morning for us, and then you're into a full slate of NFL continuing on Monday. Premier League, A-League, Champions League going on at the moment.
Mm.
What are you looking forward to this weekend?
There's not much. But, yeah, game of the comeback teams tomorrow, as you highlighted. It's not a bad watch. Chance for either of those teams to pick it up, potentially. You're coming back from a 21-0 deficit against the Eagles. I don't know. And you got the Chiefs, who's whatever team's in the comeback position is like potentially the team that wins that one. You never know. EPL, geez. There's not much, especially when Man United are flopping to a 10-man side Everton. It's rough areas. Man City in a slump as well. That's good to see at least. Liverpool in a slump. That's good to see at least.
Yep.
Arsenal just itching away. Luckily, Arsenal come up against Chelsea. That'll be probably the game to watch over the weekend.
Yeah.
It's not much, man. I mean, you look to the rugby, yeah, at least the Springboks are on, but it's 4 a.m. and the squads is a huge question mark. Springboks sending 12 players home for commitments, and the Welsh can't play 13 of their sort of frontline players either.
Oh, right. So what are these commitments they're sending them home for? Is it
like the Gallagher Premiership and URC stuff and all these sort of restrictions and having to play another comps now? So, yeah, it's about 25 players
of
combined.
Your 52-man squad.
Well, 25 players from both teams.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, looking at the list, it's kind of players like, obviously, World Rugby Player of the Year, Malcolm Marks. He's gone. Lou Diagas, still serving suspension. R.G. Snyman, PSDT, Grant Williams, Andre Pollard, Mani Labok, Jesse Creel, Jason Colby, Edward van der Merwe, all these guys gone. And the same is obviously for the Welsh, who have only beaten Japan this side, out without 13 of their players, one of which is obviously Reece Summit. So,
gonna ask, is he playing? Reece
Nope.
Lightning?
Apparently not, unless they're lying. So, yeah, I don't know what's happening with those teams. The positive thing is that Springboks have depth, but with the Welsh missing so many players, how deep are they going to dive into their squad and rest others if this is the case? Which makes betting pre-team list very, very difficult.
So, I don't get why Wales. I can understand South Africa and their restrictions and stuff, and obviously they want guys to have rest, they've got to go back, other commitments. Wales are getting into their season. What are they doing not having players available? They should be trying to prime these guys, unless they're just using this as a throwaway game. I've got South Africa suspended. Wales, $18.
Yes.
The line at plus 36.5, total at 62.5.
Yeah.
You'd think if Wales are looking to have a successful season, they're naming a strong side, and you want to see those kind of lines and odds and stuff come a little bit closer, but it's bizarre.
Well, it's release rules, so they have players that are committed to other like the Gallagher Premiership or whatever, Japan or wherever they're going.
The Welsh do, or South Africa?
Yeah, well, both teams. So it's just the release rules, and they have to abide by them. It's coming out of that international window now. They're the last team to play, and they're like, well, I think it's just bad planning by World Rugby because this shouldn't be a factor, and it's potentially the worst time for Wales because Springboks are in a heater, the best in the world. This is not the game you want to be losing 13 men, and same for South Africa. You want the best going up against the best, but unfortunately it falls out of those release rules. Because they're considering this match anyway out of the window, the international window. So those players that have commitments to other leagues, they have to go back.
Yeah. So from a betting point of view, then what are you looking at here? Because I mean, the only thing I kind of found some value in is kind of sniping what we sniped last week with the New Zealand Wales, and that's getting your 10-point winning margins, and you're looking at the 21-30 or the 31-40. I've got the same sort of stuff here. South Africa 31-40. At $4.40 is kind of like the line's at 36.5. I'm going to try to get either side of that. Could be, I mean, like you said, depending on lineups, but could be a little bit tighter than you think. You still would expect the number one team in the world to put at least a 30 points margin between them and the Welsh. So that's the only thing I've sort of looked at for this game is that winning margin 31-40. And you get good value, $4.40, why not?
Well, I think I was hovering around similar to you. I was humming and ahhing between the two, but probably the 21 to 30
Oh, okay.
is where I'm sitting at, purely pre-team list.
Yeah.
We don't know how deep the Springboks are going to go in terms of blooding new players, and also it could be a blessing in disguise for the Welsh. They're dog shit. They've been terrible. They've been in the contest here or there. They've only been in Japan this season. Getting some new players in the mix up against, it is a weekend Springbok side. I feel like it's going to be open rugby. It's going to be flying rugby. It's not going to be South Africa grinding out a win against Ireland. This is going to be a completely different game. There's a chance for young players to put some points on the board. So that's the only risk I see. But Springboks have won 4 of the last 5. Margins of 33, 28, 36, and 16.
Ooh. What was the most recent? The 16?
33.
Okay.
16 being the furthest away. So I'm looking at the 21 to 30 due to the weakened sides and also the chance of these yellow cards popping out.
Oh, plenty of yellow cards.
And might see something new from the Welsh. I really don't know. Again, pre-team list, it's super hard, but yeah, it's either 21 to 30 or that 31 to 40, is it? Or 40?
31-40, yeah.
It's tough. Otherwise, yeah, South Africa, as I say, fast-flowing rugby over 48.5 and the Welsh over 12.5. I know they got no Zamet, but it was actually the other winger last weekend, scoring all the tries, scored a hat-trick even.
Yeah.
So...
Hat-trick against New Zealand, first Welsh player to do it. Can he do it against South Africa?
Yeah. And
Keep the heater going.
You just look at the forwards, the large list of forwards and the key names missing there. I expect Springboks to try and utilise their backline a bit more. Willems is still in the mix. Sasha FM's still in the mix.
Oh, that's good. So you still got your playmakers in there.
Ethan Hooker will be there.
Yeah, okay. Still, so, I mean, when you say there's all these guys going for South Africa and then you name the guys that are still there, you're like, these guys are good, man.
But are they going to be played?
That's the thing.
You'd think so, but you really don't know. You would assume so because they haven't been sent home yet. So it's a risk.
Well, what does like Sasha's season look like finishing for South Africa? International window done. Like, what does he then go into your franchise rugby straight away, or does he have some time to rest? Because I feel like if you've got time to rest, then he probably plays on the weekend against Wales. You give him one last hit out, hone in some things, try some things, all that sort of jazz. But if you're going straight into your franchise rugby and that's where you're earning cash, it's where you got a deep run of tournaments to try and win, you maybe rest this game and you take a week off, get back home.
Well, the Stormers play on Sunday, and I'm pretty sure he still plays for the Stormers, which means he's not playing for the Stormers because he hasn't been sent home, supposedly. So, but yeah, I assume he would play for game 2. So
not a lot of break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the next game's only, 21st of December? So you would get a break. You'll get a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. What, the next Stormers game? So they play this Sunday?
It's a Sunday against Munster.
Is that a pre-season or is it first league?
It says week 6.
Oh, what?
It says week 6.
Okay. Fair income. So your favourite bet is your winning margin, 21-30.
I think so. What is it, $4.60 or $4.80? It's around there. This is certainly pre-team list. That's where I'm heading because I don't know. Oh, there's it's going to be a cricket score and all that sort of stuff. I think there will be some points on the board, but I think the Welsh can stack up a bit of points too. I mean, with those forwards missing and you're relying on your back line, I think it's going to be, fast-flowing rugby, and the Welsh can sort. What did they put? 24, 26 points on the All Blacks. Full squad. They're capable of scoring points. Yep. So it's a risk.
All right, well, that's the only rugby game we've got going on. You mentioned cricket scores. We've got so long to wait till the next Ashes test. West Indies, Black Caps, that doesn't start till next Tuesday. So there's a big break in the cricket schedule. Shot England and Bazball. Thanks for coming. So we might as well jump into Premier League, A-League action and get into the football mix.
Yeah.
What if United struggling? I'm just going to check that Champions League score real quick for Arsenal because that is a huge game against Chelsea at the Bridge. Chelsea beat Barcelona yesterday 3-0. Pretty convincingly. They scored like 6 goals too. Couple more than a couple disallowed. I think Enzo scored 3 on his own.
Yep.
But yeah, what are you looking forward to Premier League wise? Is it going to be a win for United?
Well, I'm not so sure. Crystal Palace away, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Selhurst Park, it's a tough place to travel. Crystal Palace, still sit in 5th.
Yep.
We should have been in 5th. We should have bet Everton. We didn't. We would have taken that spot in 5th place, and now we sit in 10th. It's a must-win game. We need to get back to winning ways. At least take a draw from Crystal Palace, but I shouldn't even be saying that. It's tough. I mean, you looked at the stats as well for that game. Everton, 3 shots, 1 on target. They win 1-0. We had like 23 shots.
Yeah.
And Pickford has just got 10 hands, apparently. So,
yeah.
It's tough. We need Cunha back, really. We don't have much attacking prowess without him. Otherwise, Brian Mbeuma's doing all the work. So, we'll see.
Wow.
Zirkzee having some great opportunities, but he hasn't been starting or playing enough minutes. He's just missing those chances as well. So, it's tough, and Crystal Palace are lethal, man.
At least you don't have to turn the page to see where you're at on the Premier League table like Liverpool fans who are currently down 3-1 to PSV.
3-1 now.
3-1 now.
It was just 1-1 last time, I checked.
1-1. Yep, 3-1 now. Real Madrid are up 4-2 against Olympiacos.
Going
Mbappe,
1-0 down, yep.
guess how many goals he scored?
What's the score?
4-2.
He scored at least 3.
He scored 4.
Okay.
PSG up 4-3 against Spurs. And Arsenal, baby, Donny Madueke scored in the 69th minute. Nice. To go 2-1 up against Bayern Munich. Come on.
Back.
So, Arsenal hitting back. They need to win that game against Bayern because that's kind of been a bit of a bogey game for the Arsenal. Take that momentum into Stamford Bridge on the weekend. There's plenty of pundits out there from the UK saying if Arsenal win against Chelsea this weekend, you're fairly confident they can go all the way and win this Premier League. Yes, it's early doors. Yes, that's a big call to make. You start big favourites, though. How do you feel about that? I don't really want to comment on the Arsenal winning the Premier League after 13 weeks, but I'd be more than happy if you wanted to.
Well, I was just looking too, like Crystal Palace, second best defence in the league, and obviously best defence going to Arsenal with only 6 in the season. You do have Chelsea scoring 3 against Barcelona, but it's Barcelona that has a red card very early on in the game, and somehow their captain that just has brain explosions. Probably not what you want from a captain.
No.
Being red carded in the Champions League season after season. Might be time for a change of captain there, but that's a long season. It's a long season. I think Arsenal are in a position to win. It's not like they're having to travel far.
No.
It's
London derby.
And it's the same for Chelsea. They've had to sit comfortably in London. They haven't had to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Played by Barcelona there as well. So, I prefer Arsenal as the favourites. I mean, what's the line we're talking at?
Wow. Arsenal 220, Chelsea 325, the draw 325. Chelsea 3 wins on the bounce. Obviously, they put 6 past Barcelona yesterday. Only 3 of them counted. Enzo basically a hat-trick himself. Liam Delap scored. They're finding some form. Pedro Neto looks rapid running down that left wing for Chelsea. And potentially they have Cole Palmer coming back in as well this weekend, which would give them a massive boost. They're second on the ladder. They're going to be right up for this at home. Arsenal, they have the 1 day less break. But I mean, Arteta's got the squad. There's plenty of depth there. I mean, you look, Madueke has just scored against Bayern Munich. He's probably come off the bench there, and he is a great impact player. You've got Trossard who's scoring against Spurs to go 1-0 up. You've got Eze scoring hat-tricks. I mean, when you look at the Arsenal side in the squad they've got, I don't know, man. I think they win. It was 1-1 last year at the Bridge, 1-0 to the Arsenal at Emirates Stadium last year. Then you go back 2 years ago, Arsenal won 5-0 at home and then drew 2-2 at Stamford Bridge as well. So 2 draws at home for Chelsea, 2 losses away at the Emirates.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I definitely see both teams scoring.
Yeah?
Yeah. You have on par the best attack in the league with Man City. Best defense in the league. Chelsea can score, though. They've got plenty of attacking options here. Both teams do score. For the sake of the league, I would take Chelsea at $3.25. But, yeah, I can definitely see Arsenal winning that. So 2.20 isn't bad either.
Yeah, I think that both teams have scored a shout. We saw yesterday, even today, and then Spurs, they've now conceded 2 goals, 2 games without Gabriel there as his centre-back pairing. A little bit of a crack. This team's starting to maybe make the most of that. So I think Chelsea, with their attacking power, is 100% able to score. We've actually got the super boost on that too, which is going to get you later. But both teams to score, Chelsea, Arsenal, at $2.40. I think that's a great punt.
Chelsea, what?
Both teams to score.
Yep.
Chelsea, Arsenal, super boost, $2.40.
Oh, from $1.73.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's going to be me probably for my favourite bet on that game. I don't want to pick a winner because as soon as I say Arsenal will win, they won't. And I don't want to have it on the record saying Chelsea will win. So I'm getting on the super boost, both teams to score.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Any other Premier League action or A-League action you want to talk about? As I said, it's a bit dire this weekend. Auckland FC coming off a draw. Nick's coming off a loss at home. What are you saying?
What I am seeing is the good Wellington side. The Wellington Phoenix women are not playing this week, unfortunately. So you've got Nix playing Adelaide. Adelaide, top 4?
Yeah.
That's tough. Nix, home again. I don't know that they're going to get many people out there. Last week looked terrible. After the back of that derby, you had a really good turnout for Wellington standards anyway.
Yeah. Then you had 3,000 was the number. 3,000 turn up to Sky Stadium last week.
I think the derby was 15,000?
Yep. Put that
12 to 15,000, and now you're turning up to 13? 3,000?
It might have been 3,500-ish.
Yeah.
Auckland FC, their home game last week, had 12,000 show up.
Yeah. So for a game against top 3 Adelaide, it's looking dire. And they need some performances and they need some changes. It's quite clear. Again, disappointing home loss to MacArthur last week. So dire stuff. Auckland FC, I had both teams to score there, which is good. They now play who? I can't remember.
Newcastle Jets, who are...
Bottom of the table, that's right. Yeah, bottom of the table, Newcastle Jets. But they can score too. So, seems like Auckland FC, what they're lacking a little bit outside of the derby is scoring goals. 6 goals in 5 games isn't great.
Mm-hmm.
Even Newcastle Jets has more. They have 9. So they're relying on their defense at the moment to get them points.
Yep.
And it is working, but you want to see them put some points on this Newcastle side, put some goals in the net. So,
yeah, I think it's a good chance for Auckland FC to bounce back. Brisbane aren't a bad side either. 1-1 draw against them last week.
Mm-hmm.
At home, you probably want to take more away from that game, but it's a bounce back opportunity for the Black Knights. You're back at home again, bottom of the table. Go score 3 or 4 goals.
Exactly.
Get your confidence right up. Keep a clean sheet and then move on. Happy days.
Yeah.
All right, shall we do our locks and our laughs then? What have you got for us?
Not much, man. I'll tell you that much. So again, that South Africa game, I think any of these 3 over 48.5 for South Africa, over 12.5 for Wales. As I say, could be a blessing in disguise there. 12.5 seems pretty bloody low.
Yep.
Considering their past matches.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think my laugh heads to Man City. We love seeing big teams be in tough situations. Pep Guardiola losing his head a little bit.
Yep.
You've lost 2-0 to Leverkusen. With all the changes they've made there, 2-1 to Newcastle. It would be a laugh if Leeds could scrape a win there. It's $10. But the other option you can look at is for them to scrape a win. I mean, instead of a win, a draw as well. Leeds United or draw in the double chance.
Yeah.
$3.70.
We're thinking very similar for our last. I've gone for West Ham against Liverpool.
Okay. Yeah.
West Ham or draw at $2.25, or you can just take them to win at about $4.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Liverpool are in a free fall, and I just want to keep seeing them lose and lose and lose.
Yeah.
You're currently, 12th? Everton are 11th. You're behind your Merseyside derby rivals.
Yeah.
You're not even sniffing Europe at the moment. The Hammers at home. Get the job done. That'll be lovely to see. And then my lock, I've got to go. Thanksgiving NFL. I mean, when you talk about group projects, we're talking about Sonic and Knuckles, Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery for the Lions. My lock is the two of them to combine for 120 plus rushing yards at $2.02. Jameer Gibbs last week had 219 rushing yards by himself.
Yep.
He had 142 2 games ago and 136 5 games ago. So he does this by himself. Montgomery doesn't really help out as much. He's gone 21, 40, 71, 27, and 18. Against the Packers, they've got a good run defense, so I feel like they're going to try and mix it up a little bit, give the Packers defense different looks. Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery, very different players in how they run the ball, but I think Montgomery is good for at least 30 rushing yards is all we'd probably need, and you go Jameer Gibbs to go and sniff 90 or 100 again, because that boy is electric. So that is my lock, and to see it at $2.02, I am all over that. Absolutely. And I'll be parking up to watch 3 games of NFL tomorrow.
Nice.
I won't be cooking any turkeys, though. Screw that. Super Boost for the weekend. We mentioned the first one. Both teams to score. Chelsea, Arsenal, $2.40. Auckland FC to score in the first half versus Newcastle. $2.10. How do you feel about that?
Oh, we just talked about it. They haven't been great on their attack outside of the derby. And that was 2 very early goals against a pretty average Nick side at the moment. So they do need to find goals, and this is a great opportunity for them to do it.
Yep.
Can they cut through bottom of the table and actually start putting a solid performance together from an attacking perspective? I think the defense has always been solid. The 210, don't hate it. Why not?
Okay. And then the third one I've got for you, Patrick Mahomes to have 275 plus passing yards against the Cowboys, whose defense stinks. Jalen Hurts can't throw, so count that game out. Quarterbacks that go up against the Cowboys have good games.
Okay.
They throw for plenty of yards. Mahomes has gone over 275 yards in 4 of his last 5 games. He threw for 350 last week. I think it's...
In their comeback against...
The Chiefs comeback. Oh my God. Brain fade. Who did they play? They came back against the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts. They only scored 23 points. They failed to score touchdowns. Travis Kelce scored, had one called back, had a few penalties go against them, unfortunately.
Scored 11 points in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, okay.
Rashid Rice, 141 yards. I mean, they're starting to hit their straps, and it's also must-win games for the Chiefs. Every game is a must-win game at this stage for them to make the playoffs. So,
if there's anyone to step up,
it's the Chiefs, Pat Mahomes, Andy Reid, start dialing up some passing plays and clear that 275.
Yeah.
But in his Kermit voice. That's all I've got for you. Anything else to add?
Yeah, what, F1?
Oh, yeah, the F1. Qatar. Lando Norris can wrap it up. If he outscores Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri by 2 points, which ideally you've got a sprint and the race. So ideally if you're winning the race...
And not getting disqualified.
Then you think Lando wraps it up. But historically, Lewis Hamilton won in 2021 at Qatar. Didn't run in 2023. Verstappen's won the last 2 years there. So, Max, he's $2 favourite.
He's catching up.
He is relentless
Oh, yes.
at pushing these McLaren cars to the very end. And hopefully, I'd love to see Verstappen win, because then you've got a final race showdown in Abu Dhabi next week or the week after. There might be a week break, but we love the drama in the F1. Little Lando Norris.
Poor old Oscar, man.
He's been shafted. Yeah. Absolutely shafted.
Always the kid that gets forgotten about, isn't he? In that McLaren side.
Yeah, Zach Brown loves his little Lando.
Yeah.
Protects him. So that'll be an interesting watch. Max Verstappen, $2 to win. I think the way the world champion goes about it, it's also not a bad one.
Yeah. So, correct score, then Arsenal-Chelsea. What do you have?
Oof.
2-1?
3-1 to the Arsenal.
Oh. All right.
You? 2-1?
Yeah. 2-1 to either side, I think.
Ooh. You're not going to pick a side?
No.
All right. Well, there you have it. If you are going to have a punt this weekend, do it responsibly, but have some fun. If you want to follow along with our bets, they'll be on our Bet Social profile, so check those out. And we will be back on Tuesday to do it all again.